Annyeonghaseyo. Hello class. Welcome to English with Jason. Today we will talk about an important English rule. When to use there is and when to use there are. This is something that can be confusing and that many people, even native English speakers, mix up. The most basic rule is that we use there is when the subject is singular. That means we're only talking about one object. And when we use there are when the subject is plural, when we're talking about more than one object. Let's look at some simple example sentences first. Example 1 says, there is one monkey in the tree. The subject is singular because there is only one monkey. So we say, there is. Example 2 says, there are 20 children in the classroom. Because 20 is more than one, we know the subject is plural, so we have to say, there are. There are 20 children in the classroom. Example 3 says, there is one cookie in the box. The object is singular, one cookie, so again we say, there is. Example 4 says, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Again, because the subject is plural, more than one, we must say, there are. Now let's look at these same examples in questions. How do we make these questions with there is and there are? All we do is switch around there is and there are to is there and are there. So now example 1 becomes, is there one monkey in the tree? Example 2 becomes, are there 20 children in the classroom? Example 3 becomes, is there one cookie in the box? And example 4 becomes, are there 60 minutes in 1 hour? So again, if we want to ask a question, we just change there is and there are to is there and are there. Now that we know the basics of when to use there is and when to use there are, we're going to talk about a common mistake when using these two phrases, and a mistake that is made by native English speakers and people who speak English their whole lives. There's equals there is. This is called a contraction. We take two words and turn it into one. So there is now becomes theirs. Let's look at the first example sentence. Example 1 now says, there's one monkey in the tree. This is correct because there's means there is, and the subject is still singular. There is only one monkey. So we say, there's one monkey in the tree. Now the mistake comes with there are. There's does not mean there are. There is no contraction for there are. We cannot combine there are. And theirs never means there are. Let's look at an example. There's 20 children in the classroom. This is incorrect. The subject is plural. We are talking about more than one, 20. So we must say there are. There are 20 children in the classroom. We cannot say theirs. Let's look at some example sentences and decide if they are correct or incorrect using theirs. Example 1 says, there's a snake in the grass. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct, because the subject is singular, one snake. So we can say, there's a snake in the grass. Example 2 says, there's someone in the store. This is also correct. The subject is singular. There's someone in the store. Example 3 says, there's 5 minutes left of class. There's 5 minutes left of class. This is something that you will hear many times in American schools. There's 5 minutes left of class. But this is incorrect. The subject is plural, more than one. 5 minutes. So we must say there are. There are 5 minutes left of class. Example 4 says, there's gas in the tank. There's gas in the tank. This is correct. The subject, gas, is singular. We don't know how much gas. It could be a lot of gas or a little bit of gas. But because we don't know, it is singular. So we can say, there's gas in the tank. Example 5 says, there's many rules in English. There's many rules in English. This is incorrect. The subject, rules, is singular. More than one. Many. So we must say, there are. There are many rules in English. Our last example sentence says, there's over 10 million people in Seoul. There's over 10 million people in Seoul. This is incorrect. Our subject, people, is plural, more than one. 10 million. So we must say, there are. There are over 10 million people in Seoul. That is some of the basics of when to use there is and there are. We will have a worksheet where we can practice, and next lesson we will go more advanced and review there and theirs, and then also talk about there and theirs and there. These are words that are often confused and mixed up in English, so we will review in the next lesson the different times when to use there and theirs. Thank you. Have a good day.